Two dumbasses in the mic. Oh shit, son.
You have two guys playing with your junk. Damn, I didn't know that about myself.
Like, bitch, I'm on the moon.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Jay Smith, Max Torbochkin, it's another damn good show.
That escalated quickly. What? We always record the background stuff.
No, I'm saying, when did you hit record?
Just a few minutes
I
ago.
didn't see you, dude. Like a fucking ninja.
Very sneaky. I'm like a ninja.
Oh, man. Well, anyway, so I'm thinking, whatchamacall, like, I can always test it out in downtown St. Pete for nothing, almost. Well, I mean, it costs, but still less than...
What are you going to do with your mom?
Kill her.
Send her back to Siberia?
Yeah. Probably, I'm thinking, like, she needs to buy...
Dude, you just recorded that. You should totally say you're joking right now.
I'm joking. I kid.
Your roses look so good, Max. What do you do?
Special fertilizer. Where's your mom? Oh, she left.
She went back to Russia. That's it. All right, you want to get into DGS or what? Or are we going to talk politics on that?
No, we're not going to. Okay, well, welcome to another episode. Hello.
Well, from a hurricane-induced hiatus, it is the return.
We could have just claimed right now hurricane is happening. They don't know. It's not. There's no date stamp on it.
Here, straight.
Jesus.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy. Get into it.
Straight from Irma's.
Seriously,
hurricane.
though, everybody, it's a damn good show. Straight from the hiatus from the hurricane. That's almost hiatus. Yeah.
Isn't it hiatus?
Hiatus. Doesn't matter. Tomato, tomato. What are you going to fucking English Nazi me right now?
Jesus.
Everything's a Nazi.
Speak English.
Anyway, so we are back after a long
Hiatus?
2.5 week, 3 week hiatus. Somebody, I'm not going to name names, but they don't even have the last one up on the website yet. It's on Facebook.
We'll be on tonight.
I'm just saying,
or
it's only like 3 weeks,
tomorrow.
and like I was camping. I had no power. I had nothing. What happened with you?
Max had no energy.
Max had power and everything. Couldn't even do it. Sat there and fucking jerked off the entire hurricane. You know what we did? Well, I ended up staying at Paul's.
How did you know? Were you looking in the windows?
Buddy, I know what you're doing. You don't even put tape over your fucking webcam at night. What's wrong with you?
Fuck you, hurricane.
You ever heard of Elf on the Shelf?
Yes, I've seen it everywhere now on Facebook. Seriously. Have you heard of Elf on the
You
Shelf?
got a J in the PC. We'll have to work on that.
I think you're really bad at that.
We'll have to work on that one. Anyways, so the hurricane's coming and it fucking kind of skirts around us so we don't get hit dead on.
Yeah.
But it was still pretty bad. But we sat right here on the porch. We had this thing boxed up. It was all boarded up. It was a fortress here, and this is high
I saw
ground.
the straps on this thing too.
Yeah, it was loaded for sound. But anyway,
The
so
last
we're
strap-ons.
sitting there in the middle of the night, and you can watch the winds fucking howling, and then rain and everything, and then just every few seconds you'd see like a blue green. We're like, it's like fireworks. We're like, ooh,
Transformers.
Yeah. So there's about a half hour out. Ooh, boom! The one right here is like power down. We're like, fuck. No more power. We had to wait until the storm passed, and then we put on the generator and had power. And shit.
I was very surprised my power stayed on.
We got really lucky, man. If that thing would have just came 20 miles over this way, it would have been so much worse. Like Brooksville and all that
And that's
shit.
category 1.
Yeah, that ain't shit. And everybody's now figuring out, we are not in a good spot here.
Nope. I need a new roof. And that's category 1 that didn't hit us. I'm pretty sure if I already like assumed like that day when I went out and saw like how low
tree down and
no
everything?
before the hurricane, how the water went out, like the boat was
Oh,
almost
out of the
sitting in
bay. That was crazy. Dude, I've lived here almost my entire life. I've never seen that. I've seen low tides.
Yeah, I went to Marina and I'm like I checking the boats and you got to check the lines and all that stuff and I'm like,
They said it went out like and all the way around the bay, like a half mile and more in some spots. Like half mile is a long way.
I was already in a house when that happened, but when I came out before that, like it was already so low, you still had a little bit of water left, and I'm going, wow, that's crazy, but nothing I can do about it, So I pretty much assumed if that thing would have hit Tampa Bay, I know I would have lost the 2 boats would have been lost, and then the house, not mine, but the other house is in a flood zone.
Well,
So,
that's the thing too.
I
My
like
area is
that.
my house is in area A. Like we're 3 blocks from the water. So if there's any coastal flooding, my house was gone. When I left my house, I even told the wife, I'm like, we're leaving this. Like we're probably never coming back to this house. Just so you know, like we literally got everything that was worth anything and packed it into my.
I'm
van.
assuming you didn't leave your computer.
Hell no. Literally all that was left. Like Carrie's like, what about looters? I'm like, what are they gonna take? The couch. The fucking beds. I got everything. I had the TVs, the PCs, the PlayStations. You know, the important shit.
What are going to eat? Who cares?
Yeah, no, I had, dude. I'm always. Carrie used to always think I was crazy because I would always have like 2 weeks worth of extra food put away and all that, and just switch it out every so often and everything. It's like, you worry too much. I'm like, we live in Florida, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about? At any fucking moment, you can have a hurricane come through. And then, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but during the summer, the storms that roll through here, we get 60-mile-an-hour winds and tornadoes just out of those. Like on a fucking Tuesday. You know what I mean? Fucking fuck the hurricanes. That shit happens every fucking day of the week.
Wow.
Shit, we just had a big storm come through here a minute ago. It just ripped through here.
Yeah. Well, all I know, like I said, it did some good damage, like I said, near your roof. Freaking tree branches everywhere.
Yeah. I learned a
fence
lot.
I gotta change.
I learned a lot from this storm. Actually, I saw a lot of people come together and help each other, all that cool shit. But then I saw a lot of good shit. There was a lot of good people doing good shit. And I could go on forever about that shit. But what I did see is after the storm, how fucking dumb people are. Because they're telling you to go, please don't go out in the streets yet. We got to go out and check for power lines down, all this shit, right? Literally, the sun's coming up, and we're just cracking the door open to see what's going on outside. We come walking out, and right there in that street there, it's car after car. So we wait for a while. I'm like, well, I'm not going out there yet. We check on everybody around here. We go down the street, check on this house with the horses and everything because they were gone. Horses were good. Go check on everybody. Everything's good. So I roll over to my house at about 9:30, and the cops still aren't really out at the intersections yet.
Yep.
Nobody knows how to deal with a fucking intersection.
That's the time I went out too.
It's
Same
a
thing.
goddamn
It's a
four-way
four-way
stop.
Yeah.
And nobody, dude, this guy, he's really lucky too. I 4-way stop it. I go and he starts to go. I'm like, what the fuck, right? And then he ends up turning, going the same way as me, and so he's got his wife in the seat next to him. And at this point, we're in the middle of a disaster right now. It's legal to carry no matter what. So I'm fucking ready. I'm going to check out my house. I don't know what I'm coming back to, who I'm dealing with. I'm fucking packing. This asshole slows down and starts going, man, fucking wanting to fight me. I'm like, dude, if you want to live today, you need to keep going, man. Keep going. I'm driving. He keeps egging it on. I'm slowing down, just trying. I'm like, dude, just keep going. Like, you should use your head in these situations, man. If he were to stop me or cut in front of me or something like that and come out of his car and come up to me, I probably would have shot him.
Then you get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fucking the whole time, dude, keep going. This is a really bad spot for you and your wife right now. You need to keep going. Fuck you. Dude, we all just made it through a hurricane, asshole. And you're going to worry about a traffic thing, man? Fucking go check on your house. It's that kind of shit.
It probably was the same guy. Same thing on Haynes and the road, the same 4-way stop. And the guy just slow. And there was traffic already. We all stopped on, on that. And he goes through Haynes just...
never even
keeps
stopped.
on going, and we're like, what the hell? I'm like, I freaking rolled the window, flip him off, going like, dude, you out of your mind. Like, I mean, and I don't know if just people don't realize it, they don't see the red light, and the brain just continue going.
I saw so much shit. I saw people filling up 5-gallon buckets with gas. Do you know how dangerous that is? You have to have a vented container for gas, or else that shit can explode on you. This fucking asshole, it's fucked up his Porsche. He had gas in the front seat. And then smoked a cigarette as he was driving down the road.
Well, that's already that's a winner right there. That's
blew up his Porsche.
Awesome.
Did he? I think it was the cheap one anyway.
Did he die?
No, unfortunately.
Well,
genes are still out there, buddy.
Yeah, probably have kids too.
What else did I see? I saw a guy I didn't see it. I saw it in the news. Guy pulled a gun on people because they cut in line to get gas. Remember when everybody was freaking out?
Yeah.
Dude, I filled up my gas tank right there when it was coming.
Yeah.
I just got gas yesterday. If you're not driving like an asshole,
yeah,
you're gonna have plenty of gas, man. I had gas forever.
I did the same thing. I filled up gas, and you know, I mean, I already had to fill up again because I drive all to Tarpon, but that was after, you know, the hurricane passed.
Yeah.
So
Well, what the good things I did see is I ended up afterwards. There was some flooding in the rivers, and Tom messaged me. There was a call out from this guy that works for FEMA. They were looking for guys to come out with small boats and go check these back areas because there was reports of people drowning in their trailers. Like the river was coming up. Wow. It was Lehigh City, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's down south. It's by Fort Myers. So, anyways, long story short, we get down there. Nobody knows anything. Communication's terrible. So I end up unloading trucks for a few hours to help out, and then finally later on, we find out most everybody's been checked on. But this guy asked us to check on this neighborhood that he couldn't get his truck back into. And he's like, man, there's hundreds of families back there. And, you know, can you check on them? I haven't been able to get back there. We're like, fine. Tom has a huge truck. And we had a John boat with a little motor on the back just in case if we had to hop out and then go and get people. Man, I go through this neighborhood. And before the storm, this place was probably like Mad Max. I've been through the poorest areas in Tennessee, Kentucky, the hills of Indiana. I've seen some shit. Dude, there was no rhyme or reason to how things were set. Like, all the trailers had shit built off of them. Yeah. There was no, like, roads going to each one. It was just good luck. It's that one back there. You know what I mean? I mean, these were the poorest of poor people. And you can see on the water line on their trailers, man, it was up to the top of the door, like over your head. That's how high up. And then you get down the road and you see where the water comes through. It's just a creek. Like, it usually runs through a tube like this big, but it fucking flooded out because all the flood water coming back in and everything. So, anyways, everybody's good back there. They'd already rescued everybody and the water had receded. But what I saw was people from all over the place, dude. Guys in big, huge trucks, fucking rednecks, all over the place. Bringing in water, food, blankets, like, that's awesome. Diapers, all this shit. There was people that you wouldn't think would come out for this kind of shit, unloading trucks and shit. The place where we were at, when we got there, communication is of course fucked. Yeah. So you can't figure out anything until the people come to you. But you know, I get there, I can see in the truck they're really tired. They've been there all day. I'm like, hey, I just got here. I'll hop in there. So I hop in there, give them a break. Dude, like in 10 minutes, I'm soaked through because they didn't have a forklift. The forklift never made it through. Okay. So they're taking boxes of Dial soap, 2 pallets. By hand. All the pallets of all the shit, and you're just one. You're just a human chain going through it. And these people are doing it all fucking day, dude, in that heat. I got there and it was like 4 o'clock, you know, towards the end of the day. Oof. And it was brutal. And those people were out there all day, man. And it just... seeing all that community and people, like, we came from St. Pete, you know, it was almost 2.5 hour drive. So, but people from all over the place came just rushing down there. It was like, started handing out supplies, that's nice. Ice and everything. So there was a lot of good that came out of it too. It wasn't all negative, you know what I mean? That one guy was the one person I had a problem with in the whole time. Yeah. You know,
my whole thing was during the hurricane, like when I had my power, that on the news they were like, yeah, there's people on the Facebook, the people like, there's people knocking on the door, pretend to be a power company, robbing you at gunpoint. I'm like,
that was happening.
I was like, okay.
Right? There was before the storm happened, you know, they evacuated the beaches. Yeah. They were catching people left and right, looting people's houses, coming in and shit. There were reports of that all over the place. Most of them, though, I think ended up a little bit on the beaches, but I think most of them were in the areas like interior Florida, like the backcountry roads and shit like that, where if there's no communications or lights, it's a lot easier for shit to go down. You know what I mean? Like, you're way the fuck out in the middle of nowhere. They would have fucked up if they would have came to this house, dude. Oh, yeah, I know. It would have been a fucking sad day for them.
I would have crowbarred somebody to death in my house.
Yeah, we were answering the phone, or not the phone, but the door. If the door, somebody was there, it's like, look out there, pistol in hand, fucking ready to rock and roll. But we didn't have any problems. Everybody around here, we helped the people down this. We helped the people down the street there a little bit, board up their house. They came out. Everybody checked on each other. We ended up grilling out. Fucking, it wasn't too bad the first few days. Paul got his power back within hours. Like, wow. I don't even think it was 24 hours. His power was back on. Me, another week at our house. Yeah. Running off a generator is a challenge, dude. it's not easy, man.
Yours is not wired, right? For generator, you have to run extension
I
cords.
have to run the extension cords in. So what we did, and then I mean the generator I had, you could probably run a lot of shit, but I was nervous. I didn't want it to fuck up or anything, and it wasn't mine.
Yeah.
So I just ran my refrigerator, a few fans to keep the temperature down a bit, and then a light at night, and we all just hung out, and watched our phones all night long.
Did you have like window AC or anything?
Nope.
Oof.
It was hot as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
It was brutal, but it was really hard. Paul was so good to us, man. I got 2 cats, the dog.
Yeah.
My dog's an asshole, doesn't get along with other dogs. It took us in. We stayed here for it, but I couldn't keep the animals penned up the way they were for that long, so it was just better just to deal with the heat. And but your neighborhood fared pretty good though, huh? A few down trees in your roof.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't see massive damage anywhere. I mean, a lot of trees down, but
there's a couple of houses. The roof, the tree came down right on the roof, and that's actually when I was
right by
driving.
your house.
Yeah, I started driving the same time that you did, basically going to the marina just to check on the boats. Like, okay, let me see if they like.
Like cringing the whole time.
And a house too. So I'm like, and I drove on my street. And my street alone is
So
like,
did it end up a good thing that the water was out because your boat just sat lower? You think?
I don't know. I mean, I know that my fear was also I started thinking about it, and that's what happened actually to a couple of boats over there in Speed Marina. They got damaged. They went all low, and when the water came in, they got stuck underneath the
underneath
yeah,
the walkways.
yeah, and then and there's a big. I don't see it anymore. There's a huge like party boat.
Oh, they probably took that bitch out.
That sucker ripped the couple of lines and crashed into some other boat. So when I went there, it was like people. There's actually I was not the only one who had that idea because there's like 4 other people that came to check on the boats. Like we're like looking at it and says, "Did you see that boat over there? It's crashed into this one, this thing over there." I'm like, "Okay, shit." Yeah, and it's now I don't see it. I don't know where it is. I don't know if the guy went to repair it or what, but it was like a huge freaking like a pontoon
You know what
boat.
a few people did, and I don't know that you could do with a sailboat. You probably could if you found a deep enough little area. But what they did, the guy was down south towards Naples, so they went up into the Everglades a bit and got into the mangroves and got into a channel and then tied off in the channel, but let it so it could rise and fall. And they weathered out the whole hurricane. They're like filming from the bow of their boat. All right, these winds are getting up over 100 mile an hour. They're just whipping. But they were, but because how the canopy of the trees sit, they were really protected. It wasn't bad. At one point, the guy was fishing.
Yeah, but there's no area here.
No, I'm just saying.
Like if I was further down south, you can.
Actually, there are a few places it would be a bitch. You would probably, maybe your small boat. I don't know if your
small
big
boat will float in about 18 inches of water.
Yeah.
I could have freaking probably beached that sucker and be okay. I had it stuck on before on the sand, like almost on the beach.
Right.
The bigger one, you kind of just
How
take a
deep
chance.
does it have to be for that one?
Well, that one actually is shallow kill, but it still requires like 5.5 feet.
Yeah, it's a lot of water.
And it's actually the other version, the full kill version, usually like 9 feet.
Anyways, it was pretty crazy, dude. Like, I had a funny story. It was right before the storm, and I knew there was going to be a lot of work to do afterwards, and we were expecting way worse. They were saying a Category 4 or something was going to come through here, so I'm like ready to do search and rescue with the guys and all this shit, so I buy a new pair of boots, and the only thing that's open right then is Walmart, so I go to Walmart, and of course the lines are long, right? So I'm holding, I got boots for me, boots for Bryce, and then another thing stacked on top. I didn't think to grab a cart when I came in because there were so many people.
Yeah.
So I'm standing in line, and the lady in front of me, black lady and her son, they offered to let me sit in their cart. So I set it down, and I'm talking to them, and I'm looking at their stuff, and like she has stovetop stuffing and like a pepper, and then he has fucking hands full of like Twizzlers, Skittles, like fucking Snickers and shit. And I'm like, hey man, there's a big storm coming. He goes, yeah man, I gotta make sure I got candy. I'm like, oh, all right. So you guys got all ready to go? Yeah, this thing will be over in no time, and things are going to be out for a while, man. And I was right too. The stores were out of everything for a good while, man.
Imagine, like I said, if Category 4 hit.
Yeah.
That whole area.
So that
would
guy,
be
after he got diabetes, probably fucking would be hungry, and you know what I mean, like no food. And then look how the stores were afterwards, man.
Oh, yeah.
It was nothing. People were so pissed too. They're like, "What do you mean? What do you mean there's no food?" I'm like, "Yeah, bitch."
What do you think they do with that food if the freezer is broken and all that shit?
I had to throw away everything because I had to leave my house early. So I just threw the breaker off and was like, I took everything that would keep and that we could.
Well, that's what the stores did. I know the Winn-Dixie's was closed, had no power. Publix on 4th had no power. And they haven't had power till like a week later.
People didn't know what to expect. And they're thinking like the next day the trucks are going to come in and fucking replenish everything. I'm like, bitch, please. And then like that was one good thing out of all this. It was like, after it all happened, my wife is like, "Oh, I totally get it now. Like, I always have a ditch bag ready.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm always ready for that shit. You never know. A tornado could come ripping through, whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking Russian terrorists. You never
Oh,
know.
yeah, absolutely. I'm waiting for the Batman signal in the sky.
Right? So, anyways, fucking enough about the hurricane. How did Dragon Con go?
That was not bad. It's not bad. We didn't, we kind of spent some. We went to aquarium too there. The only thing I don't like about it that it's broken up, like in 3 or 4 different hotels. Actually, 5 I think hotels.
Really?
Yeah, lots of people. That it's too big for that city. I mean, if they put it all under one roof, would be awesome.
So, Orlando has a badass fucking center that's huge. I mean, it's several city blocks long. It's just
That's what they need.
It's
I mean,
huge.
the number one is in California, and they do it in a center, in a big center, and it's packed, and the whole city basically like shuts down just for that.
Yeah.
Like they completely closed the streets down. Atlanta, they blocked some streets, and then you got the main hotel where you register in. Then and there's a big, like it's huge. It's not like Rinky-Dink hotel. It's a big, like they have their own
Right.
big like ballroom or whatever.
Was a lot of people dressing up for it?
A lot,
Yeah.
ridiculous amount. Like,
Did you guys get your stuff done?
We end up not dressing up.
Oh,
No,
come
no,
on,
no.
man.
We brought the costumes with us, and
Did you get me a picture of furries?
No, they did that. I
fucking
didn't see any furs.
Stop.
I didn't see any
Then
furs.
you weren't looking.
Well,
You had one job.
dude, I saw a lot of different costumes,
One
but
job.
no furs. I know they're there somewhere, but it was very interesting, and you're just walking freaking 5 blocks everywhere from hotel to hotel to hotel on the streets. There was one guy that freaked me out completely, and everybody took pictures of him. The guy dressed up as clown from It.
Why did it freak you out? You scared of clowns?
I don't like clowns, first of all, but no.
Are you serious?
Who likes clowns?
I like clowns.
Jesus Christ.
What?
What's wrong with you? Have you seen the new movie?
No,
Stephen
I
King?
haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I mean, I saw the original one, and
You got to see the makeup that they've done with that guy. It's creepier.
no, I've seen all the previews
All
for
right.
it and all that shit.
All right, so now, not to be racist, okay? The
See,
guy,
that's
no,
always followed by racism.
no, the guy that did it was a black guy. Okay, so it made it even creepier. Like something about the features of the face looked different, and it was creepy makeup from a new clown. And dude, everybody was freaking out. It's not just me. Everybody like, oh shit! Like everybody, let's take a picture. And he was walking downtown, full clown suit, and I think it was professional. They probably paid him to do that, though. I guess he could have done it himself too. And he is walking with a red balloon, just
Right.
walking. People like taking pictures, but I bumped into him like in 3 different hotels all the time. I'm like, it's the same dude. Like you recognize him right away.
Right.
And just like I said, just the way, dude. I don't know. Was pretty.
Did you pee a little? Were you scared? Let's
Squirted.
talk about this clown thing. man.
Squirted.
What happened?
Nothing. Nobody likes clowns.
Were you assaulted by a Russian clown when you lived in the circus?
It was a bad experience.
Wasn't that part of your experience? You're like part of the Russian circus or something?
Yeah, that's it.
You were traded as a child into the circus?
That's how I came to America.
Yeah.
It was a circus exchange.
It was you or a monkey, and they were like, this guy's a little cheaper than the monkey, so we'll go with the max.
Go with the max.
So, was there anybody big there? Was there any big people I would know? Like guests?
They did. They had a
Did they do any podcasting there? You know, some of them
Oh, dude.
do live podcasts?
They everywhere, dude. Everywhere.
Did you guys go to any?
Dude, we were just trying to see everything. Like for you to go to, you have to be there.
It sounds a lot like excuses.
No. You have to be like, there's not enough time. That's the whole thing. So you got to choose. Like if you're really into the,
I
and
got my skeptical hippo eyes.
I'm just saying, and with her, I'm pretty sure she's not going to be enjoying standing in line waiting for me to listen to podcast or whatever.
Why can't she listen to podcasts? She's a smart person.
I
She
know,
likes
but
that
I'm
kind of
saying,
stuff.
but it's all like stuff,
Does she
science.
listen to our podcast?
It's yeah,
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're lying.
No, she did. That's why she was pissed one day. No. I was like, honey, it's a podcast.
It's all jokes. It's for
It's all
entertainment.
jokes,
We
yeah.
write this stuff out beforehand.
Yeah. No, it's whatchamacallit. A lot of it was science fiction, like Farscape show, one of my favorites. All those.
Were any of the people there from that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you had Nathan Fillion. He was there.
Oh, did you blow him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He tastes really delicious.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Eats a lot of asparagus.
Absolutely. Dude, there's a lot of famous people, but I was like, I didn't want to stand in line just looking for them because that's not, I just want to see how big the place is, like what do they do? Like first hotel, you go in and they did pretty cool. Like the rush you in, there's a big line outside, but they're like, okay, you pre-bought tickets, they took us out of line, and go in, register this way, and the line moved really quickly. I mean, it's a big freaking imagine the size of a
So
Lowe's or
on
Home
the
Depot.
on the technical end, they were quick with getting everything done.
Yeah,
professionally ran.
and then from there you have like map and everything. You can stay in a hotel. You can go to the next one. You go to the next one, and
Right.
again, it's a hotel that's based on like on the city block.
I get it. Yeah.
Big, you go underneath and they have this huge room. The one we walked in, it's a freaking those speed elevators. So you look up and it's all designed like a spaceship inside. I think it's a Hyatt hotel or something.
Mhm.
It's that you see it a lot. That picture of inside of that hotel. It's
I know what
very
you're talking
world
about.
famous.
Yeah.
And you don't realize how beautiful it is. I mean, I hate to say it about hotel, but we walked in there, it's shoulder to shoulder
No,
people.
there's hotels that are
And,
awesome.
and we look up and I'm like, oh, we gotta go into this freaking elevator. She's like, no, I'm afraid of it. I'm like, so we didn't go, but I'm like, it's glass. You're standing there and you're
Man,
just.
you should have asserted yourself a little bit in that situation. Though. You can't let people run your life by their fears.
No,
You gotta
but-
help her face her fears.
She was taking pictures.
Does
of-
she hate going over the Skyway?
No,
Probably.
no.
All right. So what was the coolest thing there? What was like your shining moment?
I just like. I like the amount of people that were there. The costumes were.
You didn't have one thing that you were going there to see, like, oh, it's Batman episode one.
No. The art was ridiculously good.
So wait, was it for comic books? Dragon Con.
Dragon Con is for everything.
It's just sci-fi. and
It's
whatever.
everything. It's
just nerd culture.
Yeah, it's basically almost as big as the San Diego. I was impressed. The only thing that I didn't like that was spread out all over downtown, and yes, they blocked some streets. They had cops everywhere, but
They should bring that shit to Orlando. Orlando's set up for that shit.
they need to do something.
I mean, they had iCast there.
Mhm.
Was like it would take you 2 or 3 days to see everything, and it's all in one building.
Well, this one there's no 4 days won't be enough. Like we went to some places where they sell like art and all this stuff. I was gonna drop some money, but end up not buying it. But it was beautiful art, all
kind
this
of art?
different art. Like dude, everything from somebody making little miniature dragons to somebody freaking making, weird
so
shit.
far, you're underselling this, dude.
Dude,
Tell me something good.
I can't explain.
No
it.
furries.
Well,
no
they-
big
they are-
stars. Do you got a picture of you with the big star or something?
No, she was taking pictures everywhere. I was just like walking around with my mouth hanging.
Oh, a standard tourist. Way
Yeah,
to go,
basically,
buddy.
yeah.
You lived up
No,
to the
dude,
stereotype.
I was impressed with the costumes. Like it was impressive. Like
So you were there more for the cosplay stuff?
yeah, like looking what people do and stuff.
Are you gonna look to do some LARP? You want to LARP a little bit?
LARP.
Live action role playing where you dress up and you go out and do battles and stuff.
The actual people were doing that.
We should totally do that.
People were doing that.
You want to try it once, huh? Let's do it.
Sure. Sure.
We'll get somebody. to
While we're
follow us
dressing
around
up
and
as.
film. I don't. Well, you got to figure out what they do. I don't know. I've never done that shit.
Yeah. The nerdiest thing I've seen there, okay, and I was like, and it goes past where my level is. Hold on a second. Like as far as life, you go in there, like one of the hotels, to go in a room, and it was actually looking at the bathrooms and to find them in there, and there's like a big, room, and everybody like laying on the ground. Everybody in their costumes, they're all laying like in the park, like you're having a picnic, laying there. In front of them, there's a dude with a little guitar, mandolin, yeah, singing. This
How
old
did
dude,
I know?
65, and it's somebody famous, I guess. I never seen the dude, but they all know him, and he's singing like children's songs and shit, and they're like all, ah. And I'm like, you literally walk and look, and I'm like, oh shit,
Everything stops.
yeah.
He's not dressed up.
I know.
He's not one of us.
And you see the guys. A lot of guys have like the bolt, but they have ponytails.
Oh,
you
the
know?
skullet. Rocking the skullet.
Yeah, but they're not old. They're like in their maybe late 20s, early 30s.
The cusp of old.
Yeah,
Yeah, for cosplay,
so they're
that's
all like,
pushing the limit,
and
man.
I'm like, okay,
That's why it would be ridiculous for us to do it. Just like, I'm in my mid-40s. I'm gonna go ahead
Yeah.
and dress up like a
but it's
knight.
kind of funny because
But
like
you can be
room
anything you want.
over, you have this decked out freaking cosplay chick that looks like a stripper, everything hanging out, and she's all dressed up. People taking pictures of her, and I'm like, she is got to be a professional.
Yeah.
Then you turn around and you have this freaking, man playing freaking.
with the guy with the unicorn head on, with the fucking the little horns kind of hanging over to one side.
Pretty much, dude.
The mane's a little matted. He
Yeah.
probably should have combed it before the event.
Yeah, so you watch that, and I'm like, okay.
I like horses. How about you? What's your name? I'm Starfire.
And I kind of
Starfire the unicorn. You want to touch my horn?
and I knew I was gonna see that, but it just the way it was, I walked up, I'm like, oh, that's,
You want to ride
that's cool.
Starfire back to the hotel? Starfire, I'll take you there quickly.
I bet you if we would have stayed there a little bit longer in that room, I would have seen like fans throwing, probably women throwing underwear at him, and he's like,
I think that's going to be my game. I'm going to be Starfire the unicorn.
Starfire the
Oh,
unicorn.
you know what we should do?
What am I gonna be?
Here's what we'll do. I don't know. I got it. You know those bicycle rickshaws? At big events, they'll go out to parking lots and bring people up riding the bike. You never seen that?
No, like
It'll be
the tricycle? Like you're pulling people with it?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
So you get the bike in the front and then a
Yeah.
little cart behind them, right?
Yeah.
So I'll be Starfire the unicorn, right? And I'll ride, but we'll wear something fucking,
Sexy?
revealing.
Oh,
right?
right.
And
Revealing.
You'll sit on the back with the little leather whip. Go Starfire, go! And then you throw glitter behind us as we go.
Are you gonna wear assless chaps?
We'll make big money, dude.
Assless
We
chaps
will
and,
make big money.
and a little tail.
I'm telling you, dude. Yeah, apparently I got a hot ass. Those gay dudes were checking me out the other night, but I didn't know what to think about that shit. But
Oh, you just flex them. You're like,
I was like, man, should I? Should I flex just a little bit?
Yeah.
Just give them the gun show. What the fuck? What's it gonna hurt?
feels good, right? You're like a piss of meat. No, I know how it feels.
It's only like 10% gay. You're not all the way gay, right? If you're just kind of, it's not like I let them touch it or nothing. 'Cause
No.
that makes you like
You can't-
50% gay.
No, you can let them touch it. It depends if they're touching with a pinky, it's not gay.
Right, they're just kind of checking it out.
If they slide a
with
finger in a little bit,
Well,
that's-
that's a little far. That costs money. This ass ain't free.
That's why I draw the line.
All right, so no furries. You fucking run into Starfire the unicorn. Is there any other redeeming qualities? Did you buy a comic book or a DVD, a Blu-ray disc,
No.
a USB hub?
There was so much crap I wanted to buy. It's just not enough
You
money.
didn't buy anything?
What did I buy?
You should have fucking been like, you should have got me a shirt that said, my friend went to Dragon Con and all I got
Dude.
was this crappy T-shirt.
Dude, you don't understand how packed it is in there. You're like shoulder to shoulder with people looking from store to store. Like one selling.
That does not
you know.
sound like any fun to me. I hate huge crowds like that. How are you even surviving in that environment?
I'm just
You
looking-
hate people.
I know, but I'm looking at stuff
You
that's
hate
selling.
everybody.
I'm looking at art. I don't like people there,
A
but
Russian ball of hate. They should make that into a
Russian
character
ball.
so you can dress up as that.
what would it look like?
Just fucking angry fucking hate.
just angry ball like with veins on it. Looks like a nut.
throbbing.
Yeah. Is that the left nut? Yes, it is.
That's what it is. The testicle of hate.
The Russian testicle of hate.
Should be a band.
Ooh.
Yeah, we could do it. We should do some spoof
Welcome,
songs.
Russian testicle of hate. Straight from Russia.
I love this one. The first album's the best. Hell con. All right, so no other redeeming qualities there, man.
It's tough to explain,
sad
dude.
to me.
That's if it was all in the same place, I probably would have had more information. But we were just busy moving from one place to another place to another place.
You didn't even dress up. That depresses me a little bit. Didn't she? She made an outfit too, and she didn't even wear it.
No, dude, we were
Are
tired.
you guys gonna go trick or treating now?
Yeah. No, we're gonna go trick or treating.
I bet you will.
No, we're actually probably gonna go downtown, hang out there
Right.
because that's gonna be packed with a bunch of people. Are you gonna go trick or treating?
I usually hand out treats from my house.
You don't go anywhere. You don't dress up. Nothing.
No, I'm a grown up dude.
That's the cool thing. You can dress up, drink, and go drunken.
If I'm dressing up, it's gonna be something ridiculous so I can get laughs. That's it.
Okay, so
And I don't know. Well, where are you gonna go downtown?
probably wear the same stuff we're supposed to.
the unicorn is interested.
Well, then that means we need to buy a bicycle.
Actually,
all
that reminds
stuff.
me, dude. One night it was bachelor party. Oh, I shouldn't
you-
have said
you
that.
jumped out of the
We're-
cake?
And we're gonna have to fucking bleep the name there. So
Who?
yeah. So for this bachelor party that I was going to, I'm the designated driver, right? So I'm not drinking the whole night. And we go to Diamond Dolls, a strip club, right? We show up there, and the guys that run it is this Mormon dude and his wife. All right.
What?
I swear to God. So I get there
Okay.
and we're walking up to the front, and they're already all hammered. Like I'm like just babysitting at this point. So we get up and the door bursts open and this big, huge dude comes out and he's wearing like really tight purple like hair pants. They're purple, like it looks like fur.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
they're like
okay.
a male stripper would wear.
Okay.
Right? Hoof boots to make his feet look like hoofs.
Oh, unicorn.
And then the unicorn top, rainbow fucking horn. And comes out and he's fucking huge. And he knows the guys that I'm with. Guys! Big, gives everybody a big hug. Grabs me. I don't even know this guy. And he's like, yeah! I'm pressed up into this huge guy's fucking
did
bare
it feel
chest.
good?
I'm
Did,
like,
did it feel good? Did you feel safe?
just don't let go.
Start crying.
So
You
we
don't know
go
why.
in, and now this guy knows him. It's a bachelor party. Everybody's having a good time. Now he starts handing out everybody shots, so it's just a fucking goddamn shit show. wife comes out, and the whole night was just filled with these gigantic dudes and scantily clad, giving me hugs and shit. I was kind of half chubbed. I didn't really know how to deal with it, so I looked at my phone a lot. You know what? That was a point. Dude, I used to spend a lot of time in strip bars. Did you ever go to strip bars at all?
Not much, really.
Yeah, not your thing.
Nah.
Well, strip clubs used to be like where you could go back in the day at 16, 17 and still get served.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
well, but that was anything.
I was
much,
16, looked like I was going on 14 at that point. I had no business being in there, but I was lucky enough to. I knew the right people, and I would get in. So, anyways, so when you're drinking and you're having fun and you're all up in the middle of it, you don't really think about how horrible that place is. But when you're not drinking and you're just there to babysit everybody and just make sure nobody goes to jail, right? That's
worse.
my job. The most depressing fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life, man. Like, one, the shit these girls got to deal with, right? And then you see the work that they're doing.
And
right?
that's why probably I don't like those places, because times that I went there, I was not drinking. I was actually with people that kind of like.
It's horrible. It's
and I watch, and I feel embarrassed for the women working there, and I'm like, and
you feel sorry for him at a certain point. And you're like, that dude you just danced on was gross.
And granted, they take advantage. They get the money.
They're working. That's the thing. But you see the game.
Yeah.
When you're not all fucked up and you're like, bitch, I know you don't like me. Get the fuck out of here.
But I feel so dirty too. I'm like, I'm dirty. Not in a good way neither. Like you're just sitting there like.
So like I'm sitting there and I'm watching this whole thing go down. I'm seeing the girls do their work, and the more everybody's drinking. Not just the guys I'm with. Those guys are experienced titty bar goers. They're not really affected by it, and they were so wasted at a certain point. I don't even think they cared about girls anymore. They were just fucking doing shots and talking to the unicorn guy. So, but the guy that it was the bachelor party for is just shit faced, and at a certain point,
what's his name?
I'm not telling you. So he starts getting lap dances and shit, right? Just shoveling out.
From Unicorn Guy? Or
well, I bet you would have. The Jägermeister was flowing. He probably wouldn't have known the difference. But anyway, so this girl's just working. And then I'm seeing them. When we first went in there, everybody's up by us. By the time it got to about 3 a.m, they're just crushed down on in the fucking bar. Dude, that's the bachelor party for, chick's standing right in front of him, and he's just like pawing at her back. I'm like, all right. Fucking let's go, man. It's time to wrap it up, guys. You're just pawing at her like she's a soft stuffed animal. And so pretty. I'm like, I'm never coming to one of these places again ever, man. It ruined it for me. And I used to go all the time, dude. I used to pick up when I was a young guy, I used to pick up strippers all the time. No kidding, my life went fucking sour a bunch of times from that shit. I had so much drama from that. But yeah, man, I saw that one night, and I'm like, oh, this is the most horrible thing ever.
Nah, that's why I was like, I always felt uncomfortable in it. But again,
Well, then
I will have to be like shit faced completely to walk in that place for me to like, oh yeah, party, whatever, and I ignore all this shit. You're right, when you're drunk. But most of the time, I go there with people, they shit faced, I'm not. And I'm
Dude,
like,
some of the funniest, most craziest shit I've ever seen in my life happened in strip bars. We were at Mountains Venus one time. I was probably 19, I think. I'm with, no, I was probably 20. Anyways, with a few buddies. And all of a sudden, I hear this dude freak out next to me. I don't want to say his name either. He freaks out next to me. Oh, I'm like, what? And this bitch had lactated on him. She thought he'd like it. She was like, psst, and sprayed it on him. Like it was. He freaked out. And of course, for me, it didn't happen to me, so I thought it was hilarious. I started laughing. It was fucking great stuff. Same dude, different bar. Right? There used to be a strip club on Central Avenue, downtown St. Pete. So back before St. Pete was built up and nice, there wasn't anything good down there. Including that fucking strip bar. We had no business being in there. So they helped me walk in there. I'm so shit-faced.
Worse than Tina's Angels?
Way worse. Dude, this is downtown St. Pete before the build-up, before the Tropicana Field, before any of that was there.
Oh,
like shit. The only people that were down there was like for concerts at Janice and shit, and those bars right around there. Yeah. And just like if you got off of those blocks, they were a little creepy in some areas at night. So we go into this place, and like I said, they're carrying me into this place, right? So I really have no clue of what's going on. And there's the stage, and then the bars along the stage. So there's not really a lot of other places to sit. So you're like looking up this chick, and it's a bikini bar. It's not even new. So it's like 1 a.m. We're already shit faced, and I'm barely paying attention to what's going on. And this girl squats down. She's talking to my buddy. He's like, "Hey man, show me your pussy. I'll give you this. I'll give you $20. Show me your pussy." So she pulls her panties aside, and he had been sitting there like this, and he went, boop, stuck it right in there. Oh my god, dude! She smacks him, boom, stands up. Now at this point, I still don't really know what's going on. I saw what happened, but it didn't register in my brain that like, oh shit's about to go down. Next thing I know, this dude has me yoked up. Like, I'm almost off of the ground. Mm-hmm. They're dragging us out, throw us out, like in the movies type shit. Yeah. Throwing us out front, dude. And this bitch is going crazy on him, losing her mind. I was like, what'd I do?
You came with him, those two assholes.
Oh, man. I'm glad I don't drink like that anymore. I was a young guy. God. You know, when you can first drink, that's like the shit you do.
You make me just cringe inside. Just inside, I'm cringing just listening to this.
Oh, it was amazing. I have so many stripper stories. Like, just so many.
You're gonna be the old dude in retirement home. Let me tell you.
Remember my cat, Sasha? She was named after a stripper. They never knew. The girls never knew. Nobody knew. I'm telling everybody first time. I named my cat Sasha after a stripper. The cat's dead now, but that cat lived for 20 years too.
Damn.
That was an old cat when she died.
Oh wow, 140 years, human years there.
What? It's only twice? It's not like dog years?
It's 20 years times 7.
Oh, it's 7 for cats too? Where does that even come from? Is that bullshit?
I don't know. It's bullshit.
I think that might
it's
be
bullshit, but it's like adds up sometimes in certain breeds. But cats live forever. They're freaking long.
20 years old. The only reason she died is she was an outside cat, and I think she just got too old to dodge that car. She got hit by a car eventually.
Did you get hit by a car?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, dude, that cat was the nicest cat in the whole world. She would just go out and do her thing, right?
So nothing like a stripper?
No, well, I don't know. Maybe she might have had issues. Because I would, dude, I would drive down the street, and there was this old lady that lived like 5 houses down from me, and I would leave for work in the morning. I'd drive by, and the lady every morning would be sitting out there on her porch petting my cat. She's just down there, my cat sitting in her lap, like, have a great day. Fucking stupid cat.
I know cats like that.
I think she would go in other people's houses and hang out and shit.
My girlfriend's like her parents, the same thing. They have a cat. They don't even know if it's male or female. Dude, the friendliest cat. Like, she never see me. She comes up. She actually comes up. We'll pull up in a car. She knows. She's not inside the house. She's outside, and she runs up. Yeah. I'm like, what? And she goes inside the house, eats food, and scratches on the door. They let her out, and she goes to somewhere else.
That's hilarious. Dude.
Yeah. Like, and dogs are there too, and she's like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Like, she actually goes and eats their food. They're like all looking at her. You know, she's like very like chill cat.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So strippers were fun. That was always an interesting thing. But that sober moment just ruined it for me forever. I'm like, you almost want to grab those girls. Hey, come here. Listen, sit down, sweetie. Listen, you don't got to do this. Look, go back to school. Look, you look like you're...
You know the funny thing is...
You look like the meth hasn't ruined you completely yet.
You know the funny thing is, there are guys just like that, and they will tell you to... And she will tell you, guy like number 74, to tell me this shit. Yeah. Or if she's really like no heart, she'll freaking work you for that. Well,
no, I know.
Yeah, and then, you know...
JP's dad.
What they call them? White knights? You know, the guys that come in. We're going to save you from this life.
They're more like sugar daddies because they start paying their bills, acting all nice, like, we need to do this.
No, those are white knights.
You need me to take care of you.
Sugar daddies don't give a shit. They just pay you money. Okay, you're going to be only with me.
Sugar daddies get fucked, dude. They only do that for so long. If you don't fuck them, they go away. So.
Wow.
My sugar daddies took off really quick.
So you need to get another one, man.
I gained weight, got old. That's hard.
Well, there's a market for that.
I'm the sugar daddy.
There's a market for that. You know, those 2 gay guys were checking out your ass. I'm telling you.
Dude, that was
there's your
trip,
sugar
man.
daddy right there.
You know that
2
look,
of them.
You know that look that guys get like when they see a sweet ass go by, like, and they look at each other like.
You see that? There's your chance.
I turn around, I see that look. I'm like, bitch, I know that look, motherfucker.
You could have been the component of the trifecta
Reaching
equation.
Out on the ladder.
Yeah.
The look back.
Yeah. You don't have to work anymore.
Those dudes are loaded too.
Dude, if you don't have to work anymore,
Nah. I don't know, man.
$1 million.
I can joke about it, but I think like it would come to that time. You're looking at it coming at you. You'd be like, ugh. Hold on. I'm good. No, I'm good. Think of the money. Just think of the money.
Right when it's like, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me concentrate.
No, wait. Don't rush it. Okay.
Okay, what do I do with this?
Just paw at it.
Like a cat. What the hell are you doing? Hold on a
It's
second.
my first time, man. It's my first
I gotta get in the mood. Hold on a second.
Oh, that's fucking rancid. All right. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and go out on that, man.
As usual, I'm a dick joke.
It's always dicks and butts, man. All right, everybody. Thanks for checking out the Damn Good Show here. We're finally back after the hurricane hiatus. That's what we're going to call it from now on. And we will be back on schedule here now. And if Max can have some energy and get stuff done.
I will have it done now. It's hurricane hiatus.
All right. So if you ever see things not on time, go ahead and email Max and tell him to hurry the hell up. All right, everybody. Thanks for checking it out. As always, you can go to damngoodshow.com and see everything DGS related. You can also get all of these podcasts on Google Play, Stitcher, iTunes, SoundCloud, Libsyn, anything else. I mean, pretty much anywhere you find
YouTubes?
And the YouTubes. Yeah, you know, I never.
Facebooks. I don't know. Twitter.
We're all over the place.
We're everywhere.
G plus.
Everywhere.
I haven't been keeping up with the G plus. Thanks, everybody. See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye bye.
1,000, 2, 1,000, 3. Always with a dick jokes at the end. It's hidden.
So why does it matter so much to you? I don't understand. It's not like I'm creeping up on you. Is Jason talking from the left side? Or is he talking from the
This is why. No, this is why. You see what it does? It doesn't go any further this way. So if you do it backwards...
What kind of fucked up head do you have that you even need that feature?
Further, if you go this...
Are you flexing your ears? Are your ears flexing?
You know, they did it on purpose because it's not sitting flat parallel. There's like your head actually doing this.
Dude, I put it on without even looking at it every time. See, I got it on backwards and it fits just fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
I can feel it. I've done it. Mine are the same way, and I can feel it. I've put it a couple times.
You, sir, are anal. Just say it. Go ahead. The first step is to accept it and just go, you know what? I'm anal.
No. I'm the last people. No.
You think you're not anal?
No, I'm not anal.
Oh.
Dude, if I was anal, I'm not anal. No.
About certain things you are.
No, but not about this shit.
Stop.
I'm not autophilic.
Why are you worried about it then?
Because I know.
Why do you feel the need to defend yourself so
I have
much
the
right
same. Because you're asking me questions, you dumb motherfucker.